Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I hope everybody's having an awesome day so far. So let's just go ahead with what we're going to do. So if you remember, our standard says that we are going to deal with scientific, technical, and historical text. Well, today we're going to talk about reading some scientific nonfiction. And you guys are probably like, Mr. Cavender, what in the world is scientific nonfiction? Well, let me tell you. So scientific nonfiction provides true information about an area of science. So if you think back when we read about Azul and his doorknob shot, that was a piece of scientific nonfiction because it was giving us information about the science of static electricity. So an article might be in a magazine or a newspaper, a textbook, an encyclopedia, or a website. These articles usually include some of the text features that we're going to talk about later: photos, diagrams, maps, graphs, and headings to explain a topic. People read scientific nonfiction for research. Why might else people read scientific nonfiction? People might. All right, sorry, the phone rang. So people might read scientific nonfiction for entertainment. Maybe you just really want to know about something. So we need to review some vocabulary in order to be successful in this unit. So some of the vocabulary that we're going to review are context clues, and those are nearby words that give clues to an unfamiliar word's meaning. So we normally look all around the word to try to see if we can figure out the meaning of it. Also, sequence, the order in which events occur. So we talk about events in chronological order. That's called a sequence. Ask and answer questions. You can better understand what you're reading by asking yourself questions and then reading on to find the answers. So you might pause while you're reading and say, what do I think is going to happen next? What kind of information do I think is going to that this nonfiction text is going to give me next? Next is cause and effect, and we're working on that now. That is the connection between events in which one event, a cause, makes another event happen, which is the effect. The cause is the event that happens, and the event is the result of that cause. Next are headings. Headings can help you find information quickly and easily within a text. It's kind of like a sentence that tells you what the text is going to be about. Next is main idea. The main idea of a paragraph tells what the paragraph is mostly about. It often comes at the start of a paragraph. So usually the first one or two sentences is what the main idea is. Next, we have details. And details are pieces of information that tell more about the main idea. We have photos. Photos can help you understand something that you have read in a text by giving you a visual image. A lot of the times, we may not understand what we're reading, but if we see a picture of it, it helps us understand more. Next, we have photo captions. And those tell the main idea of the photo. They kind of look a little like this. So we have this Uranus thing, and there's a picture of it, and underneath it is a caption. Oop. So why do you think snow can be fun and dangerous? What I want you to do is I want you to pause this video and see if you can tell me or tell whoever why you think snow can be fun and dangerous. And now what you're going to do is you're going to say, how do you find out when a storm is coming? What do you do to find out a storm is coming? All right. So let's read some of this. Howling wind, swirling snow. Every winter, children from Maine to Montana go to bed wishing for the next day to be a snow day. On snowy days, school is closed because school buses and cars can't travel easily on snow-covered roads. Some children have heard the superstitions that they can make it snow by wearing their pajamas inside out or by sleeping with spoons under their pillows. They hope that in the morning they will wake up to see huge piles of fluffy flakes outside their homes. If they knew a blizzard was coming, however, they might change their wish. Snow days can be a lot of fun, but blizzards are not fun at all. These winter storms are extremely dangerous. The temperature is bitterly cold. Thick snow swirls until people can barely see in front of them. The wind can blow people right off their feet. So let's practice context clues. Look at the word blizzard. Several words and phrases including winter storms, bitterly cold, and thick snow tell you that a blizzard is a big, dangerous storm. Buildings creak and trees sway. The storms go on and on. It becomes impossible for people to leave their homes to go anywhere. How a blizzard starts. So look at this heading. This heading is going to tell us, it tells us that this passage underneath it, these paragraphs underneath it, is going to give us more information about how blizzards start. The fierce storms start like any snowfall. Snow is a form of water that falls to the ground, like rain, sleet, and hail. How does snow form? First, sunshine causes oceans and lakes to heat up. Then, as water evaporates or changes into vapor, it rises into the air to form clouds. Next, the water vapor in the clouds freezes and forms ice. We just learned about how hail is formed in clouds, so it's kind of like the same thing. Tiny bits of ice grow into snowflakes. They get heavier and heavier. Finally, because they get so heavy, they fall to the ground. Cold winter air keeps them frozen as they fall. A blizzard is not just any strong snowstorm. In a blizzard, there is so much snow falling and blowing that you can't see further than a quarter mile in any direction. During a blizzard, this condition lasts at least 3 hours. Snow is just a part of the blizzard. Blizzards also have freezing temperatures and high-speed winds. The winds blow hard and fast, at least 35 miles per hour and often more. All right, so let's look at these context clues. Look for the word vapor. Let's find vapor. Let me find, oh, I found a pen. Oh, it's not going to let me write on it. All right, it's okay. So let's look for the word vapor. Let's look for the word vapor with this laser pointer. So I'm skimming. When you skim a text, you're going to look very quickly. Oh, and I see vapor. What clues help you figure out its meaning? Well, it says as water evaporates or changes into vapor. What I want you to think about when I say evaporates or changes into vapor, think about when you put a pot of water on the stove and it gets so hot. It causes a steam, and that steam is what vapor is. And it says as water evaporates. That is our clue that tells us what vapor is. Cause and effect. One cause is that snowflakes in the clouds get heavy. The effect is that snowflakes fall to the ground. What is another cause and effect on this page? So what causes the snowflakes to turn to snowflakes? The cause is that they freeze when they get higher, and then the effect is that they stay frozen as they fall to the ground. Here's what it looks like. So the sun heats up the ocean or the lake or whatever water, and then the water gets so warm that it starts to evaporate and it forms into clouds. And when it gets into clouds, it's going to, just like we learned about with the hail, every time it reaches the top of the cloud, it freezes. So they're going to freeze up there, and then it's just going to snow. It's going to come back down. So, not all fun. So this tells us that snow is not always just fun. Remember our question in the beginning is how can snow be fun and dangerous? So we know that it's not all fun. Blizzards can be exciting, but they're not all fun. Blizzards can cause serious damage. The strong winds and heavy snow can break tree branches or even knock whole trees down. Falling branches can snap power lines. Without power, most buildings don't have heat or light. Water pipes can freeze, so there's no running water. People shiver in the dark. A blizzard slows down transportation too. Because the snowfall is so thick and white, it's nearly impossible for drivers to see. The heavy snow also blocks roads, so cars can get stranded. Drivers hike through the snow or wait to be rescued. Planes can't fly in the high wind. Therefore, people can get stuck in airports. People can get stuck in airports that have to close down. Sometimes they run out of food before the storm is over. They run out of diapers for babies. So all of these things can happen because of a blizzard. It is dangerous to travel in a blizzard or even to be outside for any reason. It's difficult to see and it's also extremely cold. The wind can make freezing temperatures feel even colder. The strong, cold wind takes away body heat. People and animals can't live long in a blizzard because of the freezing cold wind. People can't get to work, school, or the store during a blizzard. When the storm is over, it can take many hours, sometimes days, to clear the snow to get everything repaired and back to normal. So, the main idea is that blizzards can cause serious damage. What details tell more about the kinds of damage blizzards can cause? So, what other damage can blizzards cause? Well, cars can get stranded. It can knock out trees. It can knock out power. Pipes can freeze and cause no running water. It can take away your body heat. This is all damage that it could cause. One effect of that cause is drivers cannot see. What other causes and effects do you see in this section? What words show causes and effects? Well, if we look back and think about our anchor chart that I made at the beginning of last week, we know that therefore is a signal word. So, planes can't fly in the high wind. The effect of planes not being able to fly is that people get stuck in airports that have to close down. So that's another cause and effect. This is what the blizzard conditions look like. It makes it hard for rescue crews to do their job because they can't just drive through this stuff. This stuff is hard to get through, and they don't want to run in it either. So be prepared. You can't stop a blizzard, but you can prepare for it. First, watch the weather report. Scientists who study weather, called meteorologists, use a lot of different tools to track storms. They also measure things such as storms' wind speed. Weather satellites in space take pictures. The pictures from the satellites show where storms are starting, where they're heading, and how fast they're moving. If meteorologists know a storm is coming, they warn the public so that people have time to make preparations. If you hear a winter storm is coming, then it's time to get busy. Stock up on food. Make sure any family members who need medicine have it. Have a good supply of water in bottles. Keep warm blankets and flashlights with extra batteries in the house and car. Most important, once the storm hits, stay inside. In a blizzard, it's very easy to get lost because you can't see where you're going. If you have to go outside, wear layers of clothing to keep warm. Then tie a long rope to the door of the house and hold on to that rope the whole time you're outside so you'll be able to find your way back. That's smart. I never thought of that. And don't worry, once the blizzard was over, there will still be plenty of snow to make a snowman and have a fun snow day. So we're going to use our context clues to figure out what the word meteorologist means. Well, if I go up back to the first paragraph, it says scientists who study weather, called meteorologists, use a lot of different tools to track storms. So the word meteorologist is a scientist who studies weather. And here is a photo with some captions. What new information about meteorologists do you learn from the photo and caption on this page? Well, we can look at the picture, and these are meteorologists, and they're looking at this computer. This is a computer from back in the day. Meteorologists use data on computers to track storms. Well, we just figured out that they use computers. All right, I want to show one picture of what a blizzard looks like if you were trying to drive in it. So look at this picture here. This is why they say it's so dangerous, because if you try to drive in weather like this, you can barely see out of your windshield. So this is why it's dangerous. This is why you need to try to stay indoors. All right. For your assignment today, when you get into Canvas and click on today's date, you are going to find your assignment. And your assignment is the states of matter. It's one object, 3 states of matter. So you're going to read the passage, underlining important details, and you are going to answer these questions. What causes ice to melt? What causes water to freeze? Describe the connection between different states of matter that water can go through. Basically, asking you to explain how water can get to water vapor. How can water get to, how can ice turn to water? How can water turn to ice? Explain how they are connected. Explain water as a gas and identify the shapes of each state of matter. So it'll tell you the shapes of them in here. Finally, what you're going to do is you're going to type in the code word for today. The word is Ford, Ford, Ford. After that, you push submit, and you guys are done for today. All right, boys and girls, have a good day. See you tomorrow. Bye.